Hi, I'm Jake, and this is my 2022 Tesla Model 3 long range. And I just got a couple more things done to the car, so I decided to make my first mod list video, what I've done to my car, to kind of give it a nice look. So let's get into it. So the very first thing I ever did was I got the car wrapped. This is an M3 satin black. I really like the look of it. Looks really nice. If I was to do it again, I would have done PPF in satin because it's already a black car. It would have made the car more protected in the same look. But at the time, I didn't really have that as an option, and I'm still really happy with how this looks. It was done by the guys at Reform Designs. They do excellent work if you're ever in Vancouver. Would recommend. I have a whole video on this process on my channel. You can check out if you want. Also had them tint the windows. I think it's a must-do. It's not super expensive, adds a lot of look to the car, but also keeps the heat down in the back. Would recommend. So the next thing here we're gonna go over is coilovers. Got some BC Racing coilovers in here to bring the ride height down. And I think overall, this is probably the one major upgrade you'll do that'll dramatically change the look of the car, more so than leaving the wrap, depending on if you go crazy colors or not. But bringing the ride height down and not having it look like a monster truck anymore makes a huge difference as far as the looks of the car. I recommend doing it first over any upgrade, except for maybe the wrap. I also have this paired up with some H&R spacers, 17 in the front, 20 in the back, to bring the fitment a little more flush. Looks a lot nicer. I'm really happy with how it looks. Next up, taillights. Just got these recently and installed them. They're VLAN taillights. They make a bunch of different variations, but these ones are kind of cool. I haven't really seen too many of them on Teslas yet. They're kind of like a BMW M5 kind of look, and so far, pretty cool. I've only had them on the car for about a week, so I'm still kind of getting used to them. One thing to note though, this is like the Asia spec, so the blinker is orange, and when you put the brake lights on, it also turns on solid because of the wiring on Model 3s. The Model Y, not an issue, works as normal. But if you're gonna get these taillights for your Model 3 and that bothers you, get the Europe spec, because then it'll be a red blinker instead of an orange. So yeah, something to look at, but they look really nice. Then the final thing is I got a Model 3 Performance ABS matte black spoiler. Nothing special, pretty cheap, I think like 150 bucks Canadian, but definitely worth it. It really adds a little more edge to the look of the car, but yeah. All right, next we're gonna talk about what I've done in the interior. Not as much as the exterior, but there's still a couple things I've done. First, which you can probably see behind me already, you gotta have the face on the seat. It's just it's too funny. You can't not do it. If you follow me on Instagram, you know this is kind of a running joke already in our car group, and I love it. It's awesome. Anyways, that's not really a mod. That's just for fun. But first thing I did though in the interior is, you know that wood they have all in this car? Got rid of that. Wrapped it with some black vinyl, cleaned that up. It looks way better than in black than it did with the wood. I just picked up a roll of vinyl from Amazon and just popped out the dash, took it up to my place, wrapped it, put it back in. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, to take your time. Other things I did as well is just like an emblem cover on the steering wheel to make it black instead of silver. And then the only other thing I've done in the interior is, I guess it's technically interior, is Enhance Auto Sexy Buttons. If you don't know what those are, they're these little buttons that can be programmed to do actions that the car can already do, allowing you to do things without having to touch the screen. Example, I have one set to turning the fog lights on and off, and I have another one set to turning on the defrost for the front window, so that I don't have to use the screen to find that. They have a few other products too, and some stuff they're working on that's really cool. Would highly recommend checking them out and looking into their product. The app as well allows you to do some other fun things that I'm not going to get into on this video too much, but yeah, they're definitely worth checking out and would highly recommend it. Well, that's the car. This is, let's call it version 1 of the car. I'm really enjoying where it's at right now. There's still more stuff I want to do, and there's a few things I didn't really mention. Like I do have a custom license plate holder that I got off Amazon that's like an aluminum one that is good, and you can take it off easily, and it's strong. If you guys want to see about that, let me know in the comments. I can make a separate video for that. It's actually worth check me out. The other thing I did too that I didn't really note is I have some ambient lighting inside, but it's this fiber optic kind. I'm not really impressed with it, so I'm gonna switch it out for acrylic bead or acrylic symphony lights at some point. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with how the car is looking. I got some more plans. Like I said, this is version 1. I think the next thing on the list, though, for bigger items is switching out those wheels for something a little nicer. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Follow me on Instagram too if you really want to see the progress of the car, because that's where I post more regularly. Yeah, cool. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Version 1, more to come. All right, later.